Thank you so much, Maria and Bonolo, for joining me today, Beyond Vitiligo and all that. It's so amazing. It's always great, honestly, to see the loved ones for those who are living with vitiligo, because support is one of the most important thing that is required on anyone who has a skin disease. You may allow me. I'm just wondering, what is your first impression when your daughter or your doctor, your dermatologist said that no, your daughter has vitiligo? Or what's your worry as a parent? Because usually parents tend to worry more than the children, which is quite normal.
At first I was scared, to be true speaking, because I once saw a person on the street with a vitiligo, and I asked myself, if I could change and be like this person, is there any love for anybody maybe who would love me as I love myself or what? But then it didn't give me that thing of the much hatred or what, but I just kept on asking about it, if maybe we can have some maybe some cure for it, or maybe some classes maybe where we'll understand more about the vitiligo. But until the doctor said to me, this Bonolo doesn't have a vitiligo, it's only the fungus. That's what the doctor said. He said it's a fungus, then it's a curable thing. So she kept on giving us the medication and the creams, telling us that it will go away. But unfortunately, it's still there. It's not a fungus. It kept on appearing there and there on the body, and then up until it came out on the eyes, as you can see here now, the eyes, around the eyes, it's a vitiligo. Though on the fingers it's not there, as the doctor said that it's not a vitiligo because it's not appearing on the fingers and then around the mouth. But as I got more information about it, I kept showing it that it stays wherever it wants to stay. Yeah, it doesn't come as maybe thinking that it will be around the mouth or fingers or elbows. So it's like
I always say that I think vitiligo has its own mind, because it always differs from one person to another, right? So usually my story or how mine started, how mine disappeared, it'll be totally different and all that. And especially I'm so happy with this moment of the digital world that we're living in. At least there's more information, more than what we used to have and all that. And for you to go and come here to support your kid, your daughter, it's so important. I really appreciate the support that you're giving her, because usually vitiligo is associated with mental, it affects your mental being, because psychologically, you just wake up one day, suddenly on a little bala, change. Obviously, it's not something that you're born with. You'll be worried at some point and all that. So I'm just wondering, Bonolo, do you want to say anything about vitiligo? If it has changed your mind, if you don't feel comfortable to speak about it, I totally understand, because our journeys are different and not everything needs to be on camera for permission. And kind of any language that you prefer?
Okay. I don't have a lot to say, but I'd just like to say to those who have vitiligo, acceptance is all they need. Well, to myself as well. Yeah. Acceptance and confidence, having that self-esteem. Yeah. That's what I could say.
That's what we can say. Oh, no, that's very true. Actually, I think for any, whatever you have, high blood pressure, you have what, whenever you are diagnosed, obviously you go through that grieving process where you're scared, you don't know what to do. Finally, with the stage that you reach, is acceptance. And acceptance, when you go through it, it reminds you of self-love and all that. Because I had mine when I was 21 years, it reappeared when I was 21, 22 years, and then it's just been different actually. But then one thing about me is that I don't think I can ever see myself with one color. If I have to be white or black color, sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I gotta have to work for me to get used to this. So yeah, that's how it goes. So, yeah. So what are you guys hoping for the future for vitiligo, especially in South Africa? Oh my word! Morocco, South Africa. I always feel like we still have a lot in South Africa that we need to do. So I'm just wondering, fella, as a mom or as a sister or a daughter, what are you hoping for go diragale in South Africa, especially for the next years to come regarding the skin disease?
Okay. I think if maybe we can have more info about it and have this kind of groupings like the one that we are having now.
Yeah.
Or maybe the people can have that information and knowledge about the vitiligo. Associate a lot with ancestors thing and because it hurts a lot.
Yeah,
you keep on asking yourself, what did I do to my ancestors? I mean, is it a problem if as I'm living now, maybe I wasn't supposed to be here, maybe in the world or what, you don't know. So really, if we can have more info about it, and then I think we can be on the right direction, maybe on the right track, maybe if we can have more information about it.
All right. Thank you so much, Bunola and Maria, for joining me, and looking forward to seeing you for more events and obviously collaborating with other organizations. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Well, we have Anesu's family, which is her mom, Leah, and her sister, Lehakwe. Thank you so much, family, for coming to celebrate World Vitiligo Day today, even though the actual day is tomorrow. So, hi, Anne. So, how old are you?
I'm 7.
Do you know what's happening to your skin right now, especially here on your face? Because you look so pretty.
Not really. I know that it's autoimmune disorder. It's a beauty spot.
Okay.
And it's not ancestral fire. It's not a birthmark. It's a genetic.
It's genetic. Wow, you so clued up. You have so much information. I'm just wondering, you said you're 7 years old, so who's been giving you all this information? Because you're such an empowered girl. Who's giving you all the information?
My mother gives me all the information.
Big up to mama. So I'm just gonna come to you, mommy. How has it been when you noticed that your child has vitiligo, or when she was first diagnosed with it? And do you prefer calling it a disease or condition because it differs from one person to another?
I definitely prefer to call it a disorder of some sort, because a disease makes you feel like, oh my gosh. But yes. When I first realized it was a bit stressful, as a parent, you're wondering the things that can happen. I was worried because when she started having the sports, she was going to start grade 1. So I was worried about bullying and everything that was going to come with going to school and meeting different kids, So when I realized that I had to start in the house to say, okay, my husband and my daughter, can we now work on making sure she understands what this is and supporting her, empowering her. So that's where we started. So by the time she went to grade 1, we had already discussed everything. I decided to have a page for her, which is called My Little Journey with Vitiligo, Princess Anesu on Facebook, where she just shares everything, even from when she was bullied at school. We have videos where she expresses how she feels, and I also try to invite parents to say, can you share as parents, how do you deal with the issue of having a child that has this vitiligo, So it's what we've been doing. We continuously try to create awareness, and it's not easy as a parent. It's not easy, but when you have the family support, like the sister and the father, they are there, it makes things doable.
Oh, okay. And then I think, if I remember correctly, you said that hairs is genetic, so it's come from the family.
Yes, it does. The dad has.
Oh, okay, that's quite interesting. And then how have you been supporting your sister? I heard that you are a stylist, and then you are everything. You're the one who prepares, make sure that everything is in order here for the little princess Anesu.
I usually have to style her hair, which is a big task because she's very dramatic. So sometimes she'll be telling you you're having her hair, or you're taking too long, or sometimes she'll be like, I'm tired today, I don't want to do anything.
Wow.
Or she'll be like, no, I'm watching TV, I'm watching my favorite cartoon, let me finish and then I'll come. It does get a little bit hectic.
That's quite interesting that you say supporting. I think she's just being a girl. I think knowing what you want and at what time, that's not being dramatic. I think that's just knowing. She's a girl, she's a princess. She knows exactly what she wants at what time, right?
Like,
And it's so
she learned her sense of fashion. There was this one time she was in with a crutch. So they had their own uniform. There was this short, right? She said she didn't want to wear it. She's like, I'm not wearing that.
Oh.
She's like, no. Usually, if it doesn't make her look petite, she doesn't want it.
Oh, really? Big girl, right? High five. You're doing quite well. And then you said we can follow you where?
On Facebook.
And what's the name of your page again? I forgot it. Mommy just said it now.
My little Jenny with Vitiligo Anesi.
Oh, you're my little Jane and with Vitiligo Princess Aneso. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for joining us, Lily and Tato Hadzi. This is quite a different story, actually. I think when I met your daughter, she was like 3 years or 4 years, and her vitiligo was like around her eyes and everything. And amazingly, today she doesn't have any vitiligo. Hi, Tato Hadzi. How are you?
Fine, thanks, and how are you?
Well, thanks. Do you remember having vitiligo, if I may ask? Do you even remember any memory? Because you're quite young.
Only on the phone, but if it wasn't for the pictures, I wouldn't have remembered.
Oh, Shem, I can imagine. How has it been since? Okay, how did you feel when you realized that her vitiligo now it disappeared? Now she just have one color.
As a parent, it's a relief. It's a relief, but I also have worries about the future because, as we know, there's no cure for vitiligo. So she's using a protopic cream.
Even now?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's using it. It helps a lot, but as soon as she stops it, the spots comes back.
Oh,
So
really?
it doesn't really go away.
So when it comes back, does it still come back on the same places where she had it when she was a baby, like 3 years, a toddler, or it is coming back on a different places?
The same places,
Wow.
but mostly it's that on the feet, on your legs. She will have some spots on the legs.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I guess it will eventually come to even the face
to the face.
if it stops completely. So yeah. So it's a relief, but then it's worry that what if we are not able to maintain it to that cream plus it's very expensive.
When you say it's expensive, how much is it when we speak in rands?
No, I'm not really, I think it's around 300. I'm not sure, but I will confirm
Or
it.
the medical aid pay for it?
Yes,
It's
that's
covered
why I'm
medical
not
aid,
sure how
okay.
much is it. It's a small tube. It's very small for that 300 or so, but I'll confirm it.
And then if it's small, because I know how small it is, how long does it last for her? Because that thing doesn't last at all. I think for me, if I have to use it every day, it used to last for like 2 weeks or a week.
A month, she gets, she's on chronic. It's on chronic now.
It's on chronic now.
Yeah, so it's every month she gets a tube. Two of those tubes.
So you mentioned something that you are very worried about the future. Why are you worried about the future? Are you worried about the future because of the society, or are you worried about the future because of herself?
Because of herself, I'm wondering if, you wonder if, did you make the right decision, or we should have left it, just in case in future she can't maintain, or the price. We don't know what will happen in future.
Yeah, the economy and
because
everything.
Because by now, we would have been used to it. She would have been used to it. Like she doesn't even remember having it now. So yeah, as a parent, that's the worries that, what.
I think what you just mentioned now, in my head, I'm just thinking that you said that for you not to worry about the future, it was going to be much better us having a cure than having to treat. Because when you have a cure, you know that the skin condition or disease, whatever you prefer to call it, or the disorder, like I take this treatment, I take this drug and whatever, and it disappears.
Permanent.
So you prefer more like a permanent solution, not like back and forth. You're treating it and it's coming back and all that. But she still looks pretty, whether she's have it or not. And all that, I can see it's only left on the lips. So yeah, I think you and your family, your husband and your sons, you've done so much supporting her from such a young age to now. If I remember correctly, I think you were one of the first or the second parents that joined Beyond Vitiligo, and then just taking throughout your journey and advising other parents, sharing your story that no, my daughter was using this, my daughter was like this, now it disappeared, she doesn't have it anymore. So just want to say thank you so much for making the time and all that, and all the best, Tato Hadzi, and hope you like your doll.
I will.
Thank you.
Thank